American billionaire Elon Musk has finally uncovered the truth about the secret of the Pyramids of Giza in Egypt. This revelation has just made a huge difference. Why are the Pyramids of Giza remembered as part of the 7 wonders of the world? How do they look? How are these huge structures built? And why would it be advisable for us to take Musk's word about the Egyptian pyramids? Go along with me today in this video where we will investigate how Elon Musk has uncovered the reality behind the secret of the Pyramids of Giza. Welcome to Bulls and Bears. If you're new to the channel, hit the like button and subscribe if you enjoy our content. Now let's go back to the video. The secret around the beginning of the pyramids in Egypt is one of the 7 mysteries whose parts have never been pieced together. There have been many endeavors made to define how these huge structures appeared. However, none of these endeavors has given a definition of their being that is both satisfying and convincing. Elon Musk, currently the richest man on the planet, recently became involved in these conversations, claiming to understand what no other person has been able to comprehend. The story behind the construction of the pyramids of Egypt has never been as important as today, when there's a serious discussion about the presence of aliens. Egypt is the only place in the world that compares. Gigantic structures looking like pyramids first appeared many years ago, during the rule of the pharaoh who assembled Egypt. All these pyramids added to the excellence of the Egyptian landscape. As per the evidence, the 104 pyramids with superstructures and the 54 pyramids with substructures were probably built around 4,600 years ago. This rule contains some of Egypt's most magnificent tombs, a large number of which date back to the Old Kingdom. Individuals from various backgrounds have visited Egypt primarily to see these structures, from renowned researchers to normal individuals. The most captivating part of them is that they have survived for more than 4,000 years while staying upright. They are simply amazing. The Egyptian pyramids have genuinely endured the test of time. Individuals today would likely think that we're crazy if we asked them to develop something that would last for the next 5,000 years. There is another side to the huge self-standing and easily recognizable structures that meets the eye. Despite their popularity in many parts of the planet, little is known about them. Specialists in science, engineering, and architecture were confused by the project's execution because of the high quality of the materials utilized and the careful planning that went into it. From the blueprints to the construction to the materials, it is obvious that a lot of effort and thought went into each part of their creation. The pyramids were built with granite-looking stones. Water couldn't get past these stones. This mainly extended their useful life. These structures are the after effect of careful consideration and planning. Most specialists agree that this was not a groundbreaking study, but instead, the use of sound scientific principles in practice. Being familiar with the pyramids in Egypt is one thing, but having a strong understanding of how they were constructed is completely different. Because of this factor, their construction has remained a secret up until this day. Where did the men of ancient times, between the years 2550 BC and 2490 BC, get the right skills, technology, and ideas to bring the pyramids to pass? Again, how could they achieve the construction of such huge structures in the relatively short amount of time that they did? The more you try to find answers to these questions, the more grim things become. There have been a ton of speculations proposed to make sense of the complicated idea of the pyramids that were built in Egypt. Most of the speculations regarding the construction and technique of the structure are centered on the idea that huge stone blocks were carved out of quarries with copper chisels, and then these blocks were dragged and lifted into position. The primary point of contention centers on the strategies that were used in the relocation and resetting of the stones. In addition to the various open discussions, there have been disagreements concerning the kind of labor that has been utilized. The ancient Greeks, who saw the event many centuries after it had already occurred, believed that the pyramids were constructed utilizing forced labor. Archaeologists concluded that a huge number of gifted workers set up camps close to the pyramids and worked for a salary or as a type of tax payment until the construction was done. After finding workers' cemeteries in 1990, There have been various incoherent theories proposed to make sense of the pyramid's construction, but there have also been a few plausible explanations. However, not a single methodology could create an answer that has earned widespread support up to this point. It is entirely expected to find a quote or mention of Elon Musk in a post discussing a topic that appears to be relevant to each individual in the world. This time around, he didn't pass up on participating. It was on Twitter, by far his favorite platform, where he at first disseminated the shocking news that has everybody talking. His followers had no real option except to read his writings over and over again to confirm their impeccable truthfulness. His claim revealed that there could be one more side to the coin that we know nothing about, and the rabbit hole is probably going to go deeper. The possibility that these pyramids were not built by men, but by aliens, isn't just an overactive imagination, but also an unnerving one. Aliens built the pyramids, obviously, the American billionaire tweeted. This was the first step towards taking on a completely different point of view. Yet again, his followers didn't disappoint. Following the claim's dissemination, the tweet has forwarded more than 84,000 times. Normally, this is only starting to expose the responses that individuals have had to the claim. It was challenging for him to fathom how the ancient individuals had constructed the pyramids, since they seemed to be so intricate. He believes that an extraordinary being from another planet or another dimension is responsible for this. To put it another way, if they didn't have alien assistance, the pyramids could never have existed. In a response that was published a little under 24 hours after the initial post, Rania Al-Mashat, Egypt's Minister of International Cooperation, expressed that she enjoyed Musk's work and said thanks to him for his contributions. In addition, she strongly proposed that he investigate the historical backdrop of the Egyptian pharaohs to acquire a better understanding of the building of the pyramids. More specifically, she wanted him to acquire extra knowledge concerning the building of the pyramids. What stood apart the most was the way that she welcomed the tech guru to make a trip to Egypt so he could see the pyramids for himself. What does a trip to Egypt mean to Elon Musk, the country, and the African continent? Musk has a stellar business reputation. His endeavors and business activities are obvious proof of this. Despite their unconventional nature, his ideas aim to make the world a better place. If Musk ever visits Egypt, one thing he will do is seize any chance that comes his way. Who knows, out of controversy concerning pyramids, Egypt might scale inconceivable levels. Well, that will have to wait until Musk confirms if he will go toward the North African country. The post by Elon got mixed reactions. A greater part of his followers expressed skepticism from various perspectives. This was not out of the ordinary, given Musk's standing as a man who just makes statements, because he believes he is qualified for complete freedom of expression. He has a record of making false statements, and it appears as though a portion of his perspectives are influenced by the sort of TV and video games he likes to play and watch. However, not all that he mentions is intended for entertainment in passing time. Like any other businessman, he's sure about what he imparts to the public. A notable man answered his post in a manner that caught the attention of everybody. He said that anything Elon shared was simply a hallucination. In a widely shared video on an Arabic social media platform, Zahi Hawass called Musk's claim a total hallucination. Seemingly, the author of the statement doesn't believe an intelligent life is existing somewhere else in the universe. Also, he doesn't acknowledge arguments that can't be backed by scientific research. Elon Musk later tweeted a link to a BBC history page that details the existence of individuals who built the pyramids, writing, "This BBC article provides a sensible summary of how it was done." This page depicts the historical backdrop of the Egyptians who built the pyramids. The possibility that the structure was built by aliens is speculative. However, this doesn't decisively prove that aliens were not a part of the construction of the pyramids. Most likely, Elon felt compelled, on the spur of the moment, to articulate his thoughts verbally again. Concerning the discussion about whether or not aliens do or don't exist, Elon has just ratcheted up the pressure by upping the ante. Even though there has never been any confirmation as actual proof that aliens exist, he is of the firm belief that they are out there looking after us in some capacity. Furthermore, Elon states that extraterrestrial beings were responsible for the construction of the pyramids even though there has never been adequate proof to propose that extraterrestrial beings have visited our planet, not to mention built enormous stone structures for no apparent reason. The opportunity has arrived for us to uncover the complete and pure reality regarding extraterrestrial beings. Investing more time in attempting to sort out how man built the pyramids seems to imply that the answer lies somewhere else. A few historians and Egyptologists believe that extraterrestrials built the pyramids, even though mainstream academics have generally dismissed this theory. Many individuals will presumably roll their eyes when they hear this theory. The possibility that aliens have visited Earth to connect with humanity, on the one hand, has a natural explanation. Considering where we are currently, as far as information is concerned, it could be sensible to conclude that ancient cultures didn't have the technology to build the pyramids. With today's technology, we couldn't even come close to duplicating the Egyptian pyramids. What are your thoughts on this? How do you think the pyramid is built? Is it because of man's ingenuity? Or is it because of aliens that came to Earth to help mankind build these structures? Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoy this video, hit the subscribe button, click on the notification bell to be updated on our new content, and don't forget to give us a like if you want more videos similar to this one. See you next time!